Hello guys, to play here again. Ready if you're looking for a challenge. So today I'm just going to go through a quick walkthrough of the full version of the base PlayBox. So let's start up and set it up. As you can see or hear, I would say that no music is playing on the background. I disabled in advance, so we won't have, because it seems like all the, well, I guess the last couple of videos I did, I had copyright claims because of the music, so I just had to shut it down. I prefer that. And so let's go ahead. X, Y, left, right, left, right, left, right, up, down, left, right, up, down, left, right, and I'll skip that and then click OK and yes. So it says automatically the select. So as we said, this is the first system displayed is the PlayBox Kodi. This is only on the full base, as you will see. So we're going to go in. Just to do a brief description too, you can see it's the logo, the year that Kodi was created as XBMC, if I remember well. And that's a short description. PlayBox Team Kodi is an award-winning free and open source cross-platform software media player and entertainment hub for digital media for HTPCs. Initially released 2002, Xbox media player, as I said. So you see on the bottom how many scripts or games or ROMs are existing in that specific system. The wallpaper, image or system image, depending on the system that you, the theme you applied. This is the two-play systems. The rest, or the majority, I would say, where you see a system, it has the actual system image on a background, and I guess applications or stuff like that. I have actual wallpapers, and of course on the bottom right corner you see I would say a controller or something that we use with that system. It's more like something that matches the whole idea. So I'd like this idea that Cicuello created on his original theme, and I like to keep it, and I created some more for the systems I ended up having. So let's start. So we go to PlayBox. Let's start PlayBox. This is the new video loading screen I created. It tells you to press A. You press this at the end of the video a couple times, and it will give you the menu to select if you want to change the resolution and the emulator or stuff like that. So here it is. This is the full one. It takes a couple minutes when it starts. You need to have network connection, because it tries to create, it will create a pin number for the Plex if you have a Plex server. It gets the thumbnails for some shows and TV shows, kid movies, movies in general, and creates on the theme. So it does also a cleanup of thumbnails packages at the beginning. So let's just go through. I'm going to use the keyboard on this one because I haven't set up for this, so you can set it up based on your controller. So go right, left, TV shows, movies, tools, power. You're going to go always and quit and save. Do not try the others because it might take a little bit longer. You can use them, of course, but I would say, because this theme, it works great on a PC environment, but on Kodi, on Raspberry, that is a little bit, seems to be a little bit heavy for it. So you always try to do the quit and save, and will take you back to the emulation station. So this is what I said. This will create a generate code, the pin code that you use to connect your Plex server. This is the Plex Kodi Connect add-on. So we press escape to go out. So we continue. System, you can see your video DOMs, program and stuff like that. The collections, music. I have set up all these, let's escape, all these nice backgrounds. So depending on what you're selecting, you're going to see a different mix of backgrounds or wallpapers. So live TV, if you have the PVR client, simple client is enabled, and if you have a subscription or something, you can use this to apply your MP3 list. Now kids, I know it's taking a little bit longer, just waiting for you to see when this is the script is running, so it clears the packages, and once it's done, you see automatically the thumbnails start on the different systems. So there we are. So let's go out to power, quit and save, and let's wait. So that's the only thing you have to keep in mind, because it seems to be, this full theme, it seems to be a little bit heavy for Pi, Raspberry Pi. It's better you give it some time, a couple, 3 minutes, just to do all what it has to do, create this pin and cancel it, and let it clean up with the auto script, and then you should be ready to go. So now it's exit. So back to the main menu. So we go back. Next one is a Jukebox. So Jukebox, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, as I said, different kind of visual styles, or GUI if you want, graphical user interfaces of jukeboxes. So if you start now something, I don't have any because it's an empty base. So what you need to do is not using the folder, the music folder in ROMs that has your MP3 for the background music. I set it up separately because someone maybe wants to have their own music collection in that place. So I suggest you have tagged MP3s, and you drop them, you go to ROMs, Jukebox, and then I have a subfolder that you drop inside that folder your music. And when you start one of these jukeboxes themes, it will create a new database of the songs that you have there, and you'll see the names and everything. This is the reason I say use tagged MP3s, because it gets all this information. Otherwise, it will just pop up probably some name or file name or stuff like that. And Jukebox configuration, if you want to set up to control with the buttons and everything of the Jukebox with your controller. Now go back, and we go to Retropie. I think I described this in the opening release video. So this is the new custom Retropie menu I created for you guys. It has on the top the the yellow four top ones that you see is these are folders, and the folders, they have the column in the beginning of the name, and then if we go down the red dot, you see this is the normal scripts, and we have what I call most important scripts, the marked at the bottom of each list with the stars and front, which is the PlayBox toolkit with the 20 subscripts, and the switching to the custom attract mode I have of HyperPie 2.5.1, which is the latest release, official release. Now the Amiga tools, another folder. As you see in the bottom, you have the controller selection that you select and apply a specific controller to your retroact basis. The name of the controller. It's very easy. Very helpful script. Extract open BOR games. This is the script you're gonna use. Always, guys, check my README file. It has a lot of information. It's, if I remember well, 19 pages. I don't remember, but it has everything you need. Now, I'm not gonna explain this. I already did, so I'm going back just to show you. As you can see, they're all new icons in every single menu. So nice and clean. Let's go to the power system. This one has the system startup and system shutdown. As I said maybe in the past, the PlayBox, I think I said probably on my Discord channel, the PlayBox has already pre-installed the NSP script for safe shutdown, so you don't have to worry about that. Your buttons will work and it's ready. So we go to the ports. I have 18 pre-installed. That's the Sea Dogs, Cannonball, Outrun, and the Cave Story, Commander Genius. It's all the sub games. I'm just gonna go and just show you what I mean. So as you can see, this is I think 9. I'm going to use the keyboard. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I'll press escape. Now the mouse is working also. And we go to descent to, okay, it's not scraped, that's why you don't see any information. You can scrape that. Doom, Duke Nukem, Gianna's Return, Open Bore, you can start from here. It gives you an interface of the script and the emulator, but you don't have to do that. This is the script shown here. Just follow my README guide. You just go to the ROMs/ports/open bore folder. You drop your .pak files in there, lowercase, the extension, it's case sensitive, and then you go to the Retropie menu and you go to emulation and you select the extract script of all OpenBOR, open bore games, and will prepare the games ready for you. You restart your EAS and your emulation system once it goes back in again, you see a new system which I created. It's a separate system that's called Open Bore, and it has all the games ready for you to just select, start and play from there. You don't need to go through the ports or anything like that. I just did this little extra step for you guys to make your life easier. I think you're gonna like it. Let's go Open Tyrian, Solaris Ends, all 3 Zelda games, Super Mario War, Urquan Masters, Wolfenstein 3D, and X-Rig. So let's go back. And then we go to Amiga. Usually I have only one script, which is the Amiberry, but because my friend Ransom wanted to test some LHA files, so just for you to see, the PlayBox has Amiberry, which supports LHA natively. It has WHD load, so if you put normal HD load files, you put them in the Amiga data folder, subfolder inside ROMs, and then you use the UAE script to create all these UAE files if you don't have them. It's pre-configuration, it's just a plain TXT file, tells the emulator what to use spec-wise and to run this ROM. So in the LHAs, LHA files, usually it's simpler, so it has, you just drop it on the main Amiga ROM folder, and let's go in. As I said, you can see that Amiga was created in 1985. It's a 1632-bit computer. It has the logo and then a few specs. I use this in every single system. For you, it's maybe some nice information. It's all from Wikipedia, so it's all nice and legit. Release dates, CPU, RAM, and blah, blah, blah. So let's go in. So we have the main script, which is start Amiberry. I just put this for LHA files, 1943, Adam's Family, Adventure of Willy Beamer. So I'm going to start 1943. I deleted all the configuration files, so now clean. It's going to run for the first time, so you can see what happens when you start a game with Amiberry with WHD load and LHA extension. So you see the pop-up logo of Amiberry. And there you are, 1943, the game. So select and start, and I exited. So I'm going to start something that I haven't used, maybe just keep the configuration, even though I did. I'm going to start Adam's Family. because I want you to see, if you never started the game before, it would just run a script from whdload to create this script. This is what I'm talking about. That's the Amiberry whdload auto booter. So it creates, as you can see, scanning the game, creates what is needed, few information, and all you need to do is just press A on your controller, and it will create the WS boot script. And this is only for the first time you run a new ROM. Once you do that, it will just, next time will just go straight to the game. So there you are. This is my controller. So up and down, start game. And both the analog and the D-pad are working. So let's, okay, so the B button jumps. I really miss Amiga, guys. It's really nice. I got it still on the box, the original one. It's an amazing system. I had a great time with it, and I love it to this day. It's fantastic. So let's go out. Start and select, we'll go out, so let's go out again. Now Amiga CD32, it's already pre-set up as a separate system. Dreamcast, the only thing I have here is just the recast. You have to go to the setup, Retropie setup, and set up run the script so you can set up your controller, because recast is a standalone emulator. It's not using the same keys and controls of your RetroArch, so you have to set it up separately, and you have to have exit key and all these things so you can use it. It's already pre-installed with the date time fix, so it shouldn't ask you when you run excuse me, when you run a ROM, it shouldn't ask you for this annoying screen with date and time. So this fix is applied with the custom binary, and it should just go straight to the game. So let's go back, and we'll go Final Burn Alpha. Nothing is there, it's just only the Neo Geo BIOS. So this one is not an actual file. I just mentioned, I think, in the past, but I've done a heavily use of symbolic link files. So to avoid duplicate files, it's all in one location if needed, and then pointers go to that pointers correct location if something is needed. So to the game engine, the Love, I have just like only 2 games, 3 games. Let's start one. Sorry about my voice, guys, but I got a cold for the last couple of weeks. It's annoying. So the keyboard is working on this one. Okay, the analog one, jump with the X, throwing water with the B. Okay, so let's exit now. Let's go. Now we go to Macintosh. So you can start, if you have your own files and ROMs, whatever you need, disks. What it starts like your Mac OS. The mouse is working, everything is working fine. It's just a normal like computer, like your Macintosh. So to start down, always use the mouse and go and keep your left key and click shut down. Don't kill the application or exit, just always shut down the operating system. So let's go back. Neo Geo, the same thing, just the BIOS, ORIC with the 5 pre-installed games that came in with the default setup. MS-DOS, it has only the DOS box, the RPi x86, the template which guide, it's a little guide for you to create your own DOS boot files that point to the correct .exe file to start your game. And then the tools is just only one little file called speed test. So if I run it, it will just tell you the equivalent, if you want to call it system-wise, to your Pi. So you can see it says detected 8486 CPU Intel i486DX at 71 megahertz. And it just scans all this and it just creates a TXT file. That's it. And so you can go and take a look later if you wish. So we go out, residual VM, there's no games. Scan VM, no games. You can set your own Steam. This is a script, subscripts based on the main script I created for, it was the original one, it was for JSON, so I just did a conversion. I have both JSON and stretch equivalent. Dual script, and this is the script to connect, but read the README file because you need to do some extra steps on your PC to get the pin and set it up so you can connect with 720 or 3060 frames or 1080 with your computer and have the Steam. I haven't tested because I didn't have an NVIDIA powerful card, because you need a GT 600 plus, I think, to on your PC or an NVIDIA Shield. So let's go to RadioShack TRS-80. So what it is, this is the Model 1, 3, there is another folder, and Model 4. Model 4 has nothing, that's why you don't see anything. So Model 4 has, let's say, the new DOS 80, that's why you see that folder. I'm just going to start it up. So there we are, the new DOS started, and we're going to exit. So I think we're going to need the keyboard, and I press F12 and exit. All this information are on the second PDF file I have with all the systems, PlayBox systems, and I have all the information, the default emulators, the recommended emulators, how to exit, what's working, what's not, all these things. So always consult the two files that I attached with the release. Now the infocom, that the default 3 games, Zork 1, 2, and 3. And Zinclair ZX81. I created a custom theme system for this one, and Zesarux supports ZX81, and it's set up in a special configuration, custom configuration, so all the ROMs that you're going to put there, they're going to use Zesarux and they're going to boot Zesarux. So you don't have to do anything extra or use something else to just start them up. And then we go to Sinclair ZX Spectrum. It's set up for 48K, I think. You can change the system. If you use Fuse and Zesarux are my 2 recommended emulators. And then we have the old games, which just list all the ROMs, scripts, whatever is in there, recognized by Emulation Station. So from the systems, and then we'll go back to PlayBox. So that's it for the emulation part, and I just want to show you the attract mode, the full attract mode custom I have. So we let it change. It says setting HyperPi 2.5.1 as the default front end. So now Emulation Station will exit, your Pi will reboot. And I did a very nice clean script that actually what it does, because I noticed in other images, it seems to kind of add on to the auto start script, and it leaves a lot of garbage. I didn't like that, so the scripts I have on PlayBox, when you start and you switch between the attract mode or Emulation Station, it will be all nice and clean as it was supposed to be meant, as it was meant to be from the beginning, from Retropie. I hope you like my little custom intro splash screen. So the Hyperpie intro starts after that. The guys did an awesome job, guys. The 2.51 I think is my favorite release from all. It's way cleaner than the 2 and 2. I think 1 was it, the previous one. So this is the full version, the custom one I did for 2.51, and it's really nice. It's a little bit heavy, so I suggest if you're going to use that, you better overclock with a new overclock optimized script that I have on PlayBox. So this one I haven't used, I haven't set up the controller because it's a clean base. So I'm going to use a keyboard. So you have to press tab and you can go to controls and set up your controls. Some people, let me just show you. Ask me what they're going to do. If you have set up already your emulation station and you have your ROMs and everything there, what are you going to do? As we said, you set up your controller and you go, you have your ROMs, you have your art and everything. What do you need to do to see all these ROMs that you have there? You have to generate a ROM list. So what are you going to do? You press tab, you go to emulators, select the emulator that you created and you have all these ROMs already inserted. You select it and then go all the way down and you can do generate collection ROM list, and with this what it would do, this would do automatically a list with all of your games so it can be displayed in attract mode. So let's go with this. As you can see, this is set up with a video decoder MMAL. The intro, and this is the displays, the things that you see in there. So the emulators, I think there's an option. I just wanted to let me go and do, let's say, the PlayBox and press override existing. Yeah, we don't want to do that. So let's go back. And this is the Hyperpie setup. So if I press enter, and I go in, you're going to see my new custom application, 25 I think applications in there. It's 5x5, and you select, this is the Raspberry config, the run command, the attract mode upgrade script, so it will upgrade to the latest. If there is a new release, you can run this and it will do everything automatically for you. You won't lose anything, everything should be still there. It upgrades all the parts needed for the attract. Audio settings, the same you have on ES. The USB script, the dual script I created for connecting, this is the original Easy Hacks script, the connecting and disconnecting the external USB, but I combine and I make one that you can use with a keyboard, with the joystick, and it combines both of the scripts in one. Now, the reboot, shutdown, Wi-Fi, and the mute background music. We have the file manager, HP to media download. That's a faster one that they created from Hyperpie. Look at that. Look some more information for this. Now, Bluetooth favorites, layout switch mode, so you can select. This is the nested and non-nested. reset ES configuration. This is the script I have again in the toolbox kit inside the Retropie menu, and also here it just resets. So next time you boot your emulation station, you're gonna get the controller configuration, the Retropie setup, emulation station, so we can go back to and set the front end as emulation station. The track mode reset, that will reset everything to the default. So if you don't want to do that, maybe you should avoid it. Now the configuration editor, aim track, configuration script, which is already installed. PlayBox will start the coding, displays that are a track mode. It has emulators, and to see an emulator you need a display, so that's what it is. Now you have the themes information. This is the system information script I have, and RetroArch, which is 1.75 version. I don't think many of the base images or images out there that have 1.75. So let's go and see. So this is, if we swap arcades, so consoles. So what it means, like, you know, everything has every of these systems, or in the menu, the next menu has a video, and that's what makes I guess the most space of that track mode of HyperPie 2.51 and 2. And but they did as I said, really good job. They just did a nice cleanup. And here you see the systems that you have. So let's go back. Exit if I press escape again, and I'm going to HyperPie setup, and I'm going to go and swap again back to the emulation station. So it says setting emulation station as the default front end. So that's it, folks. Thank you for watching again, and I hope you enjoyed. Enjoy PlayBox, do your magic, do your own builds on it. It's nice, clean, and has all the goodies for you. Thank you.